Alright, here we are. West Texas Tint Shop, Gage and Clay. Tinting the burb, 30%. So tell me a little bit about your process, Gage. Putting the tint on here, looks like you keep some excess all around the edge, so you got room to cut.
On the outside, dropping it under the seal a little bit. Here you have a tint to tuck. Smooth it out. We'll get ready to cut on these edges.
So how do you, when you're putting that tint on there, I do have a question. When you put the tint on there, how do you know what side's the adhesive and what side's?
Outside of your roll. So the tint's natural curvature, how it's rolled up in the box, your clear film's always going to be on the outside.
Your clear film that you peel off on the outside, okay. So when you're sizing it, you want that, it's like we got this on the outside of the window and we're sizing it, our clear's right here.
Yeah,
on the outside.
Right here, so whenever I get ready, I can peel my clear off.
Right.
Bring it to the inside.
And once the inside's clean, then stick it to the inside. What he's doing is he's cutting right along the window where the black painted edge of the window is. And that edge will cover the tinted edge once it's cut and placed.
Hard to see.
Setting a light on the inside so you can see the edge of the window. Got it. Now crack the window just a little bit so we can get the top cut done. Now Gage here at West Texas Tint Shop, been in business for over 30 days.
All right. Clean up our edges.
Now we gotta prepare the inside of the glass. Got to keep it real nice and clean. Wet it down, use a razor blade scraper. Knock off any dirt, grime, or imperfections that would show through the tint.
Trey was nice enough to take the door panels off for us.
Yeah, so
That really helps.
Gage can do it with either. He told me I didn't have to, but took the door panels off. That way we can stick the tint a little bit further down in there. But he can also, he'll cut the tint right there at the edge, and then he can tuck it inside the lip of the door panel, the window sill. Scrape the Scrape the window.
Water off on the top. You know, just you don't want any run down on the top. I can't switch it.
Gotcha.
Then we're ready. Squeegee the sides.
He was saying it's better to use a squeegee than it is like a microfiber or even any kind of cloth, because you can leave lint behind and that'll show through the tint. So the squeegee is give more of a cleaner result in the end. What's your solution? Just water?
Just water and soap.
What kind of soap?
I just use dish soap.
Dawn?
Yeah, Clay uses baby soap.
Oh, like a, I see it down there, Johnson's,
Yep.
maybe. Just gives it a little bit of lube.
Gotta have it.
Gotta have it.
Gotta leave a little bit on just for what tint touches the door panel.
Oh, okay. Filled it all the way down to about a couple inches from the bottom, maybe an inch.
Yeah, usually, you know, whatever you got rolled down right here is how much you want to leave.
Oh, okay. Fills it out. He's got his hand on the outside of the tent. Try not to touch the inside. Soak the window down really good. Looks like it gives him some mobility to move the tent around, get it set where he wants it. A squeegee and a start point.
So hold on.
Works all the soap and water from the inside out.
You got a good stick on your top. You can roll up the window.
Oh, dude, there's a giant dog hair right there. I'm just kidding.
All right, now before you rip that clear off, get under here, square. Sometimes I like to one last just make sure.
Yeah, man, I'm liking this 30%.
Right there.
Then on the outside,
Yeah, it's on the outside.
We're good. We're good.
That's what a hair would look like. Just like that.
Looking good, dude.
These are a little different than most vehicles, just because you can see where your edge is going, and your tint's not tucked up in the side. So this is
A little easier.
easier. You know, rarely get this option. You know, back windows with a black strip
Yeah.
where you can hide your. You don't have to worry about the felt gaskets
Yeah.
kicking up dust. I mean, these are fairly easy windows to tint.
Cool. Makes it faster.
Yes, it does.
Man, that looks beautiful. So on these back windows, we have the defroster lines in the window. And the ones on these are super thick. Tried tinting over them and they were just leaving way too many air bubbles, and just me personally, I was getting worried about them bubbling a year from now. So we worry way more about heat here in Texas than we do. We have very few freezes. This thing sits in the garage. It has remote start now. It's got backup cameras. So honestly, I'd rather prefer tint windows than the defroster lines. So we are going to scrape the defroster lines, or Clay is. And he's making it to where it's got the ridges. You can feel them. And over here where he scraped is baby smooth. So the tint will lay flatter and probably last longer without getting any kind of bubbles or air lines in them. He's prepping the inside of the window. He's already laid this plastic on the outside. Once he gets it cut, then he gives it some preheat to start molding towards the window's shape with a heat gun. Just keep that gun moving the whole time, not to get it all in one spot.
Try not to burn it in.
Kind of gotta use both sides of your brain, squeegeeing and heating at the same time.
Yeah, I got a story on that.
Did you burn it? I was gonna say, you gotta kind of squeegee and did keep the...
I burned me, I burned the truck.
Well, yeah, I wasn't even looking at that. So that glass is up at the top where it's completely curved. That's covered, ain't it?
Yeah.
If you look at that, I mean, that's all plastic.
Yeah, so I just...
So,
if I tried to heat shrink it all the way up here, it'd be a super,
well, so I was wondering. I was like, man, that looks low, but I didn't think about it. I mean, you got that much plastic.
So trying to get it, I still gotta have to trim up maybe half an inch.
Oh, okay.
Whenever we're done, but it gives you a little bit of play in case you.
I didn't realize how much of that window is not even used. It's got the plastic trimmer on the inside of it. Oh yeah, I can see when you're...
Yeah, they get all
squiggly.
Yep.
Oh yeah. So it's coming up on the film too. So. It's got that snake lock and it just rolls right out. Not much heat. They don't even take maybe a few seconds of heat, and then it starts to swivel.
The bigger they are, the slower you gotta go with them.
Oh, okay.
But,
so it's got this piece of tint cut and pretty much pre-shrunk on the outside. Inside's already been pre-cleaned and ready. Now he's got to find that clear edge. Lots of too bright, Gage. So we're talking about shrinking these lines, and you have horizontal lines and your vertical lines.
Well, it all is how you lay the tint. So factory edge of the tint, that's where you shrink to.
Okay.
So this is my factory edge. This is factory edge.
Oh, got you.
So
Okay.
if you tint towards your cut edge, it like shrinks the tint in a weird way, like it.
Oh, okay.
It don't.
So these are sides we trimmed with the razor blade, and they don't shrink the same as these.
Yeah, like if I tried to shrink that
normal
up,
cuts.
it would like kind of.
Oh, it pinches weird.
Yeah.
Does that cause a crease, or does it cause like a bubble, or what?
Like, watch this. Like, I don't know. This will be a good. Yeah, hold it up. See that's
waves.
That might be.
It definitely pulls in at a curve.
Hold that way. See that? That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
so
okay.
that is your cut edge. That's what it'll do if I try to shrink out here.
Pulls in, creates lots of wrinkles too. Oh yeah, you can see that. Creates way different lips. So this is a factory edge. So what he's saying is the way the tint was rolled out, that was cut from the factory, and this is razor bladed. And when you're heat shrinking the curvature of the window, you kind of want to work on this way towards the factory cut of the edge, not this razor blade cut. Way more happier with the result though. I mean, there are no gaps or anything around these edges. No, I'm just kind of zoomed in and looked at it. Nice. I like it. Professional job, boys.
Thank you.
Professional job. Now that they're done, we look through this door real quick. Oh yeah. So we'll compare. This is all 30% tint, the exact same. So here's the windshield. It's clear. 30% on a clear driver window. 30% on the factory tint that they have on the rear passenger window. And then it's just a hair darker. Man, it's hard to tell in the picture. But it's just a hair darker. And then there. Question for you: is there a cure time on this? That, like, don't roll the windows down, or just a couple days? Does it matter?
I would say a day, but you know, if tomorrow's pretty nice, sun's out,
It'll cure a little quicker.
the next day you can roll.
So it stays in the garage. I need to let it just park it outside for a couple days. Let it set in the sun.
Yeah, I'll let it set the sun.
Okay.
Give a little bit of natural healing.
Natural healing. Okay. Looks good. So Amarillo area, if you need your windows tinted, West Texas Tint Shop, also known as West Texas Tint Slingers. I'll put some phone numbers in the description. Looks good though. Adios.